Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've never seen anything like this. Something that could shake the entire NFL to its core, and I guarantee what you're about to hear is just the tip of the iceberg. Right now, behind closed doors, a clandestine move is unfolding, an operation so massive, so unprecedented, that it could redefine the entire landscape of the league for the next decade. A secret so well guarded that only a few insiders even have the faintest idea. And trust me, if this leak is true, if what I suspect is happening, then the NFL as we know it will never be the same. But here's the catch. What if I told you that the truth is even bigger than what I can reveal today? That behind this rumor lies a plan so ambitious, so daring, it could change the very fabric of franchise power, with the Philadelphia Eagles at the epicenter. Stay tuned, because what you're about to learn might blow your mind, and this is just the beginning. Now, for those who want the full story, the inside scoop, the details that could crash your YouTube algorithms and send shockwaves through your subscriptions. Do not forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because what's coming next is for the true insiders, the diehards who understand that in this game, secrets are currency, and what I have for you today is worth more than gold. Only those who are willing to dive deep, who are ready to face the truth behind the shadows, will truly grasp what's happening. And I can tell you this, the Philadelphia Eagles are on the verge of making a move that could dwarf any trade in NFL history, something that will send ripples through the league, all with the centerpiece being a guy you didn't expect, Key Walker. Let's go behind the curtain. Imagine a scenario where the Eagles, under Nick Sirianni's visionary leadership, are not just content with building a strong roster. They want to dominate the NFL for the next decade. Rumors have been swirling since late 2025 that Howie Roseman and his team have been quietly exploring options that would elevate their defense to an unprecedented level. And in the midst of this, a player emerged, someone whose name is echoing in the deepest, most secretive corners of NFL circles, Key Walker. But hold on, Walker is currently a Las Vegas Raider now, having signed that monster $40.5 million, $3-year deal with $28 million guaranteed just a few months ago. So how does he fit into the Eagles' puzzle? That's where things get even more intriguing. Because insiders are whispering about a trade, something so calculated, so meticulously planned, that it could send shockwaves through Las Vegas, Philadelphia, and the entire league. Folks, I've been through some of the most intense negotiations, seen some of the biggest trades unfold over my career, but what I'm hearing now, what I've uncovered, points to a move that's borderline surreal. The Raiders, led by their new front office and desperate for draft capital and future flexibility, are open to trading Walker for a package that would border on an NFL blockbuster. And the Eagles? Well, let's just say they see Walker not just as a player, but as the missing piece that could unlock their defense into a league-dominating force. But before I go into the mechanics of how this trade could happen, let me give you a detailed breakdown of why Key Walker is the perfect fit, what makes him so valuable in this equation, and what the Eagles are truly after. Because, see, Walker has been turning heads since Georgia. At 6'4", 240 pounds, he's a beast on the field, an inside linebacker with range, explosiveness, and a relentless desire to make plays. His college tape is illustrative of a raw, physical force. The kind of linebacker who can cover sideline to sideline, yet hits like an NFL linebacker should, ferocious, disciplined, and with a motor that never stops. When he entered the league in 2022, many scouts immediately pointed out his outstanding tackle production, his ability to play every down, and his knack for disrupting plays in the backfield. During his time with the Packers, Walker quickly gained a reputation as a volume tackler, second to none in his class, racking up over 467 total tackles in his first 3 seasons. His 2023 and 2024 tape highlight a player still refining coverage skills, but one who flashes elite instincts, and when fully engaged, he's a game-changer. His 2025 campaign with the Raiders, after that big deal, showed even more growth. 128 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 8 tackles for loss, and 5 passes defensed. Think about it, a linebacker who can be a 3-down linebacker, a run stopper, a blitzer, and occasionally drop into coverage. His versatility is what makes him so appealing. Now, I need you to understand this. Walker isn't perfect. His main weaknesses have historically been discipline, penalties and occasional missed assignments, and coverage consistency. But in today's NFL, that's fixable, especially with the right coaching staff and a team that emphasizes linebacker versatility. The Raiders, in their short time with Walker, have seen the potential. He's a player who could anchor the middle of their defense for the next decade. But why would the Eagles want him? It's simple. Sirianni and his defensive staff have been looking for a linebacker who can be that cornerstone, someone who can do it all. Linebackers like Nakobe Dean showed promise, but they're still developing. The Eagles need a player with Walker's size, range, and instinct. Someone who can lead the defense and match up against the league's most explosive offenses. And with the emerging QB landscape in the NFC, the Eagles see that a dominant linebacker core could be the ultimate equalizer. So how could this transaction happen? Well, the mechanics are complex but not impossible. The Raiders, after signing Walker this offseason, are in a position where they might be willing to part ways, especially if the deal includes high draft picks, a promising young player, or even a veteran to balance the roster. Philadelphia, with their wealth of draft capital and a front office that's historically aggressive, think about the Roseman wheelhouse, could structure a package involving multiple picks, perhaps a future first-rounder, and maybe a player like Milton Williams, or even a solid linebacker prospect. The salary cap gymnastics are tricky, but not insurmountable. Walker's $13.5 million annual average is manageable within the Eagles' cap, especially considering how much they value a true inside linebacker. The Raiders may accept a combination of picks and players to free up cap space and continue their rebuild. If the deal includes a third- or fourth-round pick, coupled with a player like Marlon Tuipulotu or even a linebacker prospect, it's realistic. But here's where it gets really interesting. The ripple effects are enormous. The Raiders, for example, would be acquiring draft capital to fuel their rebuild, perhaps moving toward a longer-term strategy with new young playmakers. The Eagles, on the other hand, would get that elite defender, someone who could transform their defense from good to historically great, especially in the front seven. Now look at Walker's fit with the Eagles' scheme. Sirianni's defense is aggressive, zone-heavy but flexible enough to utilize Walker's range. The Eagles thrive on disrupting passing games with pressure and versatile linebacker play. Think how Fred Warner or Roquan Smith impact their defenses. Walker's size and speed, plus his tackling ability, would make him an immediate cornerstone in their scheme. His ability to chase down opponents sideline to sideline, combined with his size and strength in the box, is exactly what they need to contain NFC powerhouse teams like the Cowboys, 49ers, or even future AFC contenders. Considering his youth and upside, just 26 years old, Walker still has room to grow and refine his coverage skills under a defensive coordinator like Sean Desai. The Eagles have historically been aggressive in developing talent, and Walker's raw athleticism, combined with their coaching, could elevate him to another level. Think about the potential. A player who's just entering his prime with a contract manageable for the next 2 seasons, set to become the centerpiece of an already elite defense. But hold on, what about the best-case scenario? What if this move elevates the Eagles into a league-dominant unit, transforming them into a new NFL dynasty? Imagine a defense capable of shutting down even the most explosive offenses, with Walker leading the charge. His volume tackles, ability to rush the passer, and leadership on the field could make him the heartbeat of the defense, rivaling the impact of some of the league's top linebackers in recent history. Yet, we have to be cautious. There are risks. The Raiders may not be willing to part with Walker unless the offer blows them away. The Eagles need to weigh the price. Could they overpay for a player with some coverage limitations? What if the chemistry doesn't click immediately? But in my honest opinion, this is a gamble worth taking. Because the upside? It's massive. All signs point to this being more than just a rumor, something that is already in motion, albeit quietly. The league whispers, the insiders talk, and the pieces are aligning as I speak. The NFL is about to witness a move so bold, so strategic, that it could shift the balance of power for a decade. If you're a fan of the Eagles, buckle up, because this could be the move that cements their place at the top. And speaking of the league as a whole, think bigger. This move isn't just about football. It's about legacy, about history, about rewriting the narrative. Walker, just 26 with his contract and potential, could become the symbol of a new era, an era where Philadelphia doesn't just compete but dominates. So what's next? The timeline is tight. As the NFL offseason pushes toward training camp, both teams will be watching the negotiations closely. If everything aligns, expect a flurry of whispers in the coming weeks, an announcement that could shake every draft board, every trade rumor, and every fan base in the league. Stay tuned, because what I'm about to reveal is just the beginning. This story, this epic saga, is far from over. And mark my words, the day this trade drops, it will be remembered as one of the most historic moments in NFL history. Prepare yourselves, because the NFL's future is about to be rewritten, and the Philadelphia Eagles are leading the charge, with Key Walker as the new symbol of the league's new era. And that, my friends, is just the start. The real story is yet to come. Buckle up and keep your eyes peeled, because when insiders like me say something big is on the horizon, you better believe it's about to explode. This isn't just a rumor, it's a revolution, and it's coming soon.